Here with us are a group of very strong and brave Americans who will tell us about the urgency of improving kidney health. I'd like to start by introducing Jamie and Andrew Nash to come up and tell us about their one-year-old beautiful son, Hudson. Please.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mr. President, for welcoming us here today. Kidney care is very dear to our hearts, as our son, Hudson, 1 year ago, was born with significant damage to both his kidneys. He spent 2 months in the NICU, and since then, to keep him going, he takes numerous medicines, receives multiple shots, blood draws, and more doctor's visits than I can count. Hudson will go on peritoneal dialysis until he is big enough to receive a living donor kidney transplant. We are hopeful within the next year. This is a disease Hudson will have to deal with his entire life, never going more than 3 months without a blood draw and multiple medicines twice a day forever. Our family is hopeful that today's executive order will raise awareness, drive kidney care innovation, increase access to transplantation, and provide much better care and treatment for Hudson and the millions and millions of Americans living with kidney disease. Mr. President, thank you for your commitment you have made today to improve the lives of everyone affected by kidney disease, including our Hudson. Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you, Hudson. Get better soon, Hudson. You're going to be good. By the time it comes, by the time he's a little bit older, I think you're going to have a lot of answers that we're not even thinking about right now. Really believe that, right? I really believe it. Beautiful baby. Nancy Scott is a retired nurse and an ordained minister who was afflicted with kidney disease for more than a decade. Nancy, please come up and tell us your story. It's some story. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. As he said, my name is Nancy Scott. I am an ordained minister, retired nurse, president of Dialysis Patient Citizens Education Center, and currently slowly working on a doctorate in industrial organizational psychology. But most of all, I am a patient. In March of 2004, I woke up on a Saturday morning and I could not see nor could I stand up. I went to the emergency room, and by Monday I was a full-fledged dialysis patient. My daughter said, "Mom, you can't be hooked up to a machine 3 times a week. I'm going to give you a kidney." We went for a workup, and they found out that I also had breast cancer. So I was on dialysis for 7 years. I received chemo and radiation. I had to wait 3 years before I went on a transplant because in the state of Delaware, you have to wait 3 years. I am transplanted now for 8 years, and I'm living proof. Don't make me cry, don't make me cry. I'm living proof, as I said, that dialysis does not mean the end of your life. I did dialysis, I did not let it do me. Mr. President, thank you for this executive order that thousands of us have been working for, focusing on these issues, and I'm glad to see in my lifetime that some of it will come to fruition. Thank you all very much.
Incredible story. That's hard work, Nancy. That was hard. That was hard work. You just say that the regimen of what she had to do and go through, incredible. Great story. At age 25, Tunisia Bullock was blindsided by kidney failure while she was being treated for another disease. Tunisia, please come up and tell the story.
Thank you, Mr. President. As a young woman just graduating college with a degree in flute performance, the world was at my fingertips. I was so excited to start my life as a graduate student at the University of New Mexico. Little did I know that on the morning of July 1st, 2006, my world would change. The total trajectory of my life would change. 4 months later, I was diagnosed with lupus, and a year after that, I was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease. On June 13th, 2008, I woke up in the hospital attached to a dialysis machine. I had no idea what was happening to me. Would I live or would I die? It was in this moment that I knew I was in the fight of my life. As I journeyed through dialysis care, I learned that I had to take my care into my own hands. It was through my own curiosity and research that I found what treatment mode would best be suited for me. As I reflect back, I now realize that my healthcare providers failed me at the beginning of the dialysis continuum. Mr. President, I am optimistically hopeful that the policies being proposed will help dialysis patients and families navigate the renal care system with less confusion and more ease. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful job.
Thank you. Thank you.
You still play the flute?
I still play the flute.
Good.